Hi Pisces, and welcome to your July 2021 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky to talk to you about the energies coming in for your sign in July. I hope that you're all doing really well. I think it's a very purifying, healing month for Pisces. Something is coming to a close. Something is some type of hard work or some type of very sort of maybe disturbing experience is wrapping up or ending at this time, and it feels like Pisces is really stepping into a much smoother, purifying, healing, and clear reality. It feels really wonderful. I've been meditating on your energy for a little while today, and while I do feel like there is a lot in front of you, or there is something that you are working really hard to complete, working really hard to continue on with, it feels that after you finish this, or after you finish this project you're working on, things really lighten up and get a lot easier. So what is the general July intuitive message for Pisces? I think that it's going to be mostly about what changes you're making and your motivation behind them. We are really getting underneath action this month in July. It's not so much about the action taken, it's about the why factor. Why are we doing what we're doing? What is the mission statement? What is the root of what we're participating in? And I think for you, it's really going to be determined this month. And I think there's going to be a release for Pisces of any type of toxic people or toxic motivations. Okay. 5 of Swords has been coming up so much this month. So has Temperance and 4 of Swords reversed. They're both really prevalent energies this month, where it seems that there may be an issue with procrastination with 4 of Swords reversed. There may be an inability to allow something to breathe, an inability to allow something to rest or to move on. I do feel for Pisces that there's something that you have to move on from, something that you might have to kind of clean up or really polish and move on from a previous cycle of disturbance, with maybe overworking, workaholic tendencies, doing too much that's not actually sustainable. So this month, I think you will be challenged also to let it be easier, or to let some of the things that you're working on not overwhelm you so much. Temperance is the most important card this month for you, I think, because it's saying that you just can't exist in volatility right now. It's just not going to happen. Like, it's not even a matter of choosing whether or not to have a volatile experience. I really think that it's just going to be taken, or if something or someone in your life is volatile, there's just going to be a natural separation or a natural moving away that happens. Okay, with 6 of Swords also coming up, moving away from volatility. And you don't even really have to take the first step. It's kind of like the current or the natural momentum just creates separation between you and whatever has been really volatile. And that can manifest in a lot of ways. Other intuitive messages that I'm feeling for Pisces this month deal with carrying too much. Okay, yes, even though 10 of Wands is not here, it's one of the very clear, potent archetypes that we're dealing with in these summer months. And nonetheless, it is reiterated in your reading. If you can see the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, all of that is carrying a lot. There's a lot of weight, even 5 of Cups as well, to a degree. It's like you're trying to manage a lot of different components. You're maybe doing things for, not for necessity's sake, but for maybe posterity. Okay, there's a sense of maybe working a lot of different jobs or helping a lot of different people, which does seem to help you as well. Like, if it's feeling really sacred, if it's feeling really nice, volunteer work or doing things which aren't necessarily beneficial immediately, like, a job or a business, that is indicated for you. But you need to really look and make sure that it does make sense, that you're not maybe taking on so many different volunteer work or so many different jobs, so many different helping roles towards other people that you can't really keep up with your own momentum. I do feel that there's a possibility here in July for Pisces and all the water signs to actually lose track of themselves by helping others. So think about that, can you help yourself in better ways? Can you, through small actions, introduce more health into your life and therefore be able to do more for others as well? Are you hydrated enough? Are you letting things go easily? Are you releasing grudges? Are you releasing fears? Okay. It's very difficult to retain grudges, retain fear, retain bad dietary habits, and also volunteer and, work many different jobs and be in all of these different helping roles. Like, that's really dangerous actually for your health, because that's when an autoimmune disease can come in, or that's when, accidents can happen when we're so, drained and not giving our body what it needs. And then we're also going into roles of servitude or roles of help to many, many different people. Like that's very possible right now. It's very, very likely for a lot of people, not just you. And I think the key to at least manifesting a situation that's more wholesome, or to manifesting a more clear and healthy situation where you're not even tempted to go into roles that aren't good for you, or aren't even tempted to push off some of these healthier choices or reject them. The key for that is knowing certain things that used to be secrets to you. Okay, so the Hermit is coming up and it's really lighting some of these previous darknesses. And that kind of might sound a little bit, wild, but it's not so complex. It's like now understanding that there is a tendency to overwork. Now understanding that when you get into a certain rhythm, or when certain conditions are met, that you do self-sacrifice, okay? If that is something that you can identify as a pattern. Also knowing that under a certain set of conditions, you aren't really capable of helping others or helping yourself. Like, it's really important to start to be able to identify these conditions and have the formula, have the pattern understood, so that you're not so much in experimentation mode, or you're not just kind of risking things like, I'm not sure if I can do some of these jobs, but the School of Hard Knocks will tell me one way or another, and I'll try it, and I'm not sure. And I'm just going to bet all of my energy on this. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That sort of gambling mentality is something that is not good right now. It's not helpful to our karmic situation to gamble with our health or to gamble with our energy. Okay. Any other intuitive messages that I'm feeling for Pisces in July? Not really. I'm feeling that it mainly revolves around condition identification and knowing what does and does not work for you, whether it comes to food, like what types of foods do and do not work for you. It's simple stuff right now, okay? What types of jobs do and do not work for you, like just identifying it, even if you can't quit, so there are some times where, we can know that it's maybe not perfect for us, but we don't necessarily have the infrastructure built to just, stop. Knowing goes a long way right now. Okay, knowing that within a few years even, that this can't necessarily be working this way is actually enough to satiate the current energetic spectrum, I feel. I feel that the universe right now is very allowing of still being or still existing in a certain difficult thing, but knowing that you're making strides to offset it. Okay, it's good enough, okay, at this time. But let's talk about your week-to-week Pisces. Week 1 is looking beautiful. The Hermit rooted down by Temperance. That to me looks very shamanic. That looks very celestial. It looks like you are learning some type of very deep knowledge. Maybe this is some type of energy work, energy healing that gives you a little bit of a technique or a practice, some type of some type of even body practice, like exercise regimens, some type of energetic work through dance or through yoga or something like that, that really teaches you how to use energy wisely. And there's some kind of very simple truth behind it. There's some kind of very easy ascension process that you can go through in the first week of July to not really worry about some of these bigger issues. I think it's beautiful. You've got 2 major arcana cards, so it's very likely that something important will happen to you, but though it will probably be interior. It will probably be not something that is dealing so much with other people, but dealing with you and the health of your body and what you know about yourself. Okay, self-knowledge, some type of illumination, finding something out about yourself that you didn't know. Okay, seeing a habit for what it is, and then being able to heal that or pursue it further. Okay, week number 2, you've got 5 of Cups rooted down by 6 of Swords. So a change in thought, a change in, a habit of thinking, like a habitual way of thinking, like a change from pessimism to optimism, choosing not to look at the overturned cups and looking towards the ones that are full, moving on from something that's never going to be upright, something that's never going to be a full cup, instead of staying there and stagnating. You're not stagnating anymore. Something has moved on from stagnation to movement in the second week, and you are like starting to move really quick. It looks like you are starting to just get through it. Like you are just like holding on, and you're like, okay, I'm getting through this. I'm living through this. This is my soul journey, and I'm not going to stagnate and overthink this. Like, I'm just going to move forward. So that could be a move, a change in location. That could be just a big change in outlook as well, emotional outlook. I really like it. It could also be moving in with someone, okay, or moving in and living alone. Like a change maybe in how many people you live with could be happening there too. Week 3, you've got 7 of Wands rooted down by 5 of Swords. Okay, so you've got to maybe... Yeah, this is coming up for so many people, this combination actually, where we just can't any longer ignore some of the pitfalls of the previous experience, or we now see someone for who they are, we see the true colors, and it can go either way, like really being impressed with how much integrity someone did end up having, or seeing that somebody did not have integrity. So it just depends on the person, but you want to just keep moving. I think we are tested right now in confrontation and conflict, actually. And will we participate with that? Will we create conflict? Will we call someone out on something or move forward? There isn't necessarily a right answer here, and it depends on the situation. But especially people who are quick to anger, or people who are quick to, take to social media, or take to, addressing something. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of like pointless in a way to try to really channel our own personal rage in a public format as well. I'm seeing that for some people. And it depends on the situation, but in a way it feeds the fire, or there's a test in will we feed the fire, or will we diffuse a situation? And I do think that diffusing is really important at this time, as to really start with a smooth water, to really move to the new port, or move to the new situation on the smoothest water possible. Week 4, 4 of Swords, reversed, rooted down by King of Pentacles. So needing to rest more. Your wealth is coming from your health in this sense. You are not needing to necessarily work more hours. You are not, as a Pisces, needing to even make more through that. I'm feeling for a lot of Pisces people, like there is a lot more understanding of maybe a better field or a better industry through having rest, through having contemplation. And it's like maybe the money that is made through working overtime is not the same value as the healthy mind that can perceive where to go next through having rested. Whereas had you overworked, the mind might not actually be healthy enough to perceive the next level. So it's really important to distinguish that, and to know as a Pisces that you don't have to overwork, or you don't have to push too hard. I will say that there's a test also with overworking or overexerting this month. It is a vacationer's time in July of 2021, because if you saw any of the other readings, I've talked so much this month about how we are actually going to be very busy in the latter half of 2021, and really working hard, really holding up a certain world. And for some people, there's an identity change coming on too. So I don't think that it needs to be lost this time. I don't think that this time needs to be moved through as quickly as possible, by working as much as possible, by playing as many games as possible, by sleeping as much as possible. I mean, sleep is good, but you have to really, to thrive later this year and next year as well, it's very important to think in July about the identity that we are creating, and to understand that there are going to be, yes, more chances to create that or to work on that, to ascend through that, though what is created here has a certain permanence about it, and it is seen. It is something that we need to be able to feel that we're standing sturdily upon. So let's talk more about that in the extended reading, Pisces. Beautiful month of July for you, especially if you can just rest and know what not to do, know when you don't need to work any longer hours, and when to rest and when to be in the sun near the water, okay? That's very important. Try to not overdo it. Try to rest this month, okay? Because we are building up strength for a very wild latter half of this year. So in the extended reading, Pisces, on Patreon, you can click the center of your screen or link below to find it. I'm going to talk more about identity and more about, testing that and making sure all that structure is really good. So let's dive into that in your extended. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great month. Bye.